Thank you, Zimbabwe, for tuning into yet another informative edition of your program. This is Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. Now we are going to be talking of agricultural colleges, those that are under our government in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement. We are going to be profiling them and seeing what they are doing in terms of enhancing production, profitability and sustainability. To discuss this and more, I am joined by Mr. Nikos Kajengo. He is the Chief Programs Coordinator of the Youth Desk in the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Settlement. Mr. Kajengo, thank you for joining us today.
Greetings to you.
Now, as I've alluded to earlier, we are doing the profiling of government colleges, agricultural colleges. Can you maybe give us a brief synopsis of this exercise?
Thank you very much. As we are aware that there is a nexus that do exist between agricultural education, production, productivity, and profitability. It is against this background that we have seen to worth and important to profile our agricultural college so that the nation, the whole world is in a position to understand and to have a full comprehension of what is transpiring, what is going on, possible opportunities and some synergies that can be created as a result of the work being done by these colleges of agriculture.
Okay, can you give us a brief background of where we are today? I understand that we're in Mashonaland Central. I'm going to give you the honors of introducing where we are today and what we are going to be doing here today.
Thank you very much. We are in March Central Province, Mazoe District, at Mazoe College of Veterinary Science. It is an agricultural training institution under the Department of Agricultural Education. The thrust, the mandate of this college is to train farmers in areas of animal science. So this is the essence of the college. It was established in 1983, just after independence. Thank
you so much, Mr. Kajengo. I understand that you are working hand in glove with the Department of Education and Extension Services in the Ministry of Lands. Can you give us their objectives? What do they seek to achieve through this exercise?
Thank you very much. The starting point is to ensure that the farmers have got relevant skill, expertise, knowledge, technical know-how regarding their business, which is farming. So now the essence of agricultural education is to train the so-called extension officers, usually under agri-techs, under veterinary services, under TSESI, and other departments in the ministry. And of course, the department is also mandated to ensure agricultural education provision to the farmers, where we are saying a group of farmers are trained through short courses, and also issue of certification of those farmers is done by the department. So we are saying agri-education trains extension officers and other farmers, while agri-techs, the mandate is extension services, because they are connected to the farmers at the grassroots level, because the Department of Agri-techs is centralized, given that they are available from ward level up to national level. So at the same time, the aspect of research and innovation is one of the fundamental areas that is tackled by the Department of Agricultural Education.
Yes, in our economy at the moment, we are faced with various challenges that we are working towards, countering and making right. We have issues surrounding trade imbalance, export growth, food insecurity, unemployment of the youth. When it comes to agricultural colleges, how can you maybe explain for our audience at home, how are they going to help in addressing such issues that we are faced with?
Thank you very much. First and foremost, my sister, I would like to express intense gratitude to the Honorable Minister responsible for lands, agriculture, fisheries, water and rural settlement, Dr. Masuka, for coming up with a new curriculum for agricultural education that speaks to industrial needs in agriculture, that speaks to the raw needs for those whose livelihoods are in agriculture. So now the curriculum speaks the need to call for entrepreneurship. So most of our colleges, in particular this College of Veterinary Science, is also training our young people so that they are agro-entrepreneurs. As you are aware that the issue of education has to be understood fully. Yes, of course, according to some scholars, education, agricultural, can be described as the process whereby people acquire knowledge or skills. So education describes not merely what goes on in schools, not at all. Rather, it is the development of a person's character and abilities that goes on through life. We can call it a special system of training. That is why we are saying entrepreneurship. If one acquires skills, knowledge, expertise in entrepreneurial areas, he or she can start his own life and of course can be an employer, not only being an employee. Hence the existence, hence the importance, hence why we are saying it's fundamental to have such kind of programs.
Okay, we have come to the end of this segment, but I want you to give a word of advice to our youth out there, those that are looking to get into agriculture, in terms of them getting knowledge from our agricultural colleges. I understand that they exist to ensure that everyone is equipped with necessary knowledge and necessary, you know, equipment in terms of education, so that they can go out there and be farmers who can take agriculture as a formidable business. And also for those youth who are taking agriculture here, I understand that not all of us can be employed. Let us talk about that, your word of advice as we close.
Thank you very much. What has to be known is that agriculture is the backbone of our economy. Agriculture must be taken into consideration, must be considered as business. It has to be regarded as business. At the same time, the young people must understand that agriculture is a science, it's an art. So it's something which one is, if one wants to venture into agriculture, must be acquainted with the knowledge that it's a practical subject, not just a theoretical one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kajengo. There you heard it, viewers. This was the Chief Programs Coordinator in the Youth Desk of the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement. And he was taking us through the process of agricultural colleges profiling that is being undertaken by the Department of Education and Agricultural Extension Services in the Ministry of Agriculture. Now we are going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the second segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. Now, this is a platform where we discuss business principles and ethics in support of Vision 2030 as we pave way towards achieving Vision 2030 of being an upper middle class economy. Now, viewers, we encourage you to be a part of these conversations. Feel free to get in touch with me, the producer, Wadzanai Manyoro, on 0772-807-506. Alternatively, you can like our Facebook page, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. We are also now available on Twitter, and our Twitter handle there is at Agribusiness110. Leave your comments and suggestions and make up a follow-up on this episode and more on our YouTube channel, Agribusiness with Wadzanai. Now, earlier on, before we went to the breakout, Mr. Nikros Kajengo, the Chief Programs Coordinator in the Youth Desk of the Ministry of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Resettlement right here in Zimbabwe. And at this point in time, I am joined by Mr. Maxwell Mnyangani. He is the Vice Principal of Mazowe College here. Mr. Mnyangani, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. As we get into our discussion, let us talk about the background of this college. When did it start? How did it start? And some of the activities that you are into.
Mazowe Veterinary College was established in 1983. Since then, it has been training students and farmers in agricultural, in the sector of livestock production and animal health. We have also trained students in tsetse control, in livestock grading and meat classification over the years. But at the moment, we are only training in animal health and production at diploma level.
Okay, talking about animal health and production, there has been calls from our government and the Ministry of Lands where they are talking about maintaining and increasing the national herd. Your sentiments on that, given that this is your core activity here at Mazowe College?
Yes, our role there is to ensure that students and farmers do appreciate sound production practices, and that will help in reducing diseases within the livestock. You will realize that lately we have had challenges in terms of the impact of diseases on our livestock herd, and we envision a sector in which the impact of diseases is very minimal and productivity is quite high. And that is quite achievable given the level of support that we are receiving from government at the moment.
Okay, now talking about food nutrition and food security, protein plays a critical role in the growth of our families and even to do with taste for our consumers. Well, how do you ensure that the meat that is produced is of high quality? Because we are getting into a scenario where we are not just going to be talking about food security, but also food luxury, whereby our consumers are expecting high quality produce, high quality products. How do you ensure quality when it comes to meat production?
The quality of the final product in terms of meat is not only determined by the processing, it is determined by every stage within the value chain, from the farm level up to processing and marketing. The current curriculum that was alluded to earlier that we are implementing takes into consideration all the stages within the value chain. So we have components that address issues of quality at farm level, issues of quality at processing, handling of the product, and also at marketing stage.
Okay, and in terms of your students, how many students do you have a year, and what are the necessary requirements or the minimum requirements for one to be enrolled here?
Yeah, our enrollment capacity is at 25 students per year. The requirements are 5 O-levels that are inclusive of mathematics, English, science or agriculture. Those are the requirements.
Okay, in terms of gender balance, how many females do you have? And after they graduate, after they get the knowledge from this college, how are they performing out there in the industry?
In terms of gender, we balance in terms of our enrollment. We normally target to have 50% females and 50% males. Sometimes we do have more females than males. I think that is a general trend across colleges. There's a tendency to have more females at the moment who are interested in agriculture.
Okay, as we round off, in terms of the students, the quality of students that you are producing here, out there in the field, their performance, how are they performing?
Yeah, the performance is commendable.
Do you have any that you might cite to either in companies or in the government that are doing well from this institution, who are contributing to the growth of our economy, either as females or as males as well?
Yes, most of our students are in the livestock sector, especially the livestock production enterprises. I wouldn't mention the corporate names as such, but they are in poultry production, in beef production, and also we have had some students who had to advance their education from here through the University of Zimbabwe, and some have graduated to become veterinary doctors. Okay,
thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Thank you for having me.
There you heard it, viewers. We're talking about enrollment here at Mazowe College of Veterinary Sciences. On that note, we are going to go on a short commercial break. We'll be right back with this and more in the third and final segment. Stay tuned. Thank you, Zimbabwe, for staying tuned to Agricultural New Directions, Agribusiness. At this point in time, we are in the third and final segment, where we have taken the liberty of inviting a few students here at Mazowe College of Veterinary Sciences. They are going to be talking to us on what inspired them to undertake this journey. I'm joined by Mishek Karani. Mishek, in which year are you?
I'm in the first year.
Okay, where are you from, and what inspired you to come to this college?
I'm from the Mashonaland West Province in Kadoma. This is actually my passion, working with animals, mainly to deal with the health of the animals. I'm just passionate about something worth saving lives.
Okay, thank you so much. I understand that we caught you in the middle of, you were up to something. What were you up to, your activities, your day-to-day activities here at this college? Yeah. What do they include?
Our day-to-day activities, mainly in the morning, we are only doing the theory part. Okay. To do with the writings, presentations, assessments, you know. And then in the afternoon, we are mainly doing the practical part, where we would have to go to the post-mortem, analyze the animals, and There's also the compound by that side.
Okay.
Where we see the livestock. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually some poultry, to mention the few.
Okay,
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tatenda. What do you intend to do after the completion of your studies? How do you intend to contribute towards our economy? I understand that Zimbabwe is an agro-based economy. After you complete your studies, are you looking forward to look for employment, or do you intend to start your own thing, or you have a farm at home?
We don't have a farm at home.
Okay.
But I intend to encourage the farmers of Zimbabwe and also do something personally in the livestock sector.
Okay.
Yeah. Mainly, I would like to specialize in the pigs.
Okay,
yeah.
Piggery.
Piggery, yeah.
Okay, can you take us through, just in a snippet as we're about to round off, what does it entail having a piggery project? What are the key fundamentals that any farmer would need to take cognizance of if he's going to venture into pig production? You've been here for almost a year now. What are those fundamentals that you can just tell for our viewers there at home, what they need to take cognizance of if they are going to be successful in pig production?
They need to take cognizance of the type of feed which they are going to give their pigs. Yeah, mainly the boars and the swine, the boars and the sows if they are specific feed, and the piglets if they are specific feeds, and mainly hygiene in the style of the pig.
Okay.
Yeah, the pigs must be kept clean always. Yeah, to avoid the invasion by pathogens. Something like this. You know pigs, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Of course I do. I studied agriculture as well.
Yeah.
There you heard it, viewers. This was Tatenda. He was saying that to avoid invasion of pathogens, farmers need to take cognizance of hygiene, availability of water if they are going to be successful in their piggery enterprises. Thank you, Tatenda. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
It's fine, Michelle.
I am joined by Tinotenda Weli. She is a female student here at Mazowe College of Veterinary Sciences. Tinotenda, thank you for joining us.
Okay, you're welcome.
Yes, which year are you?
I'm in the first year.
Okay, where do you come from and what motivated your journey to want to acquire a diploma in animal science?
Tinotenda Weli is from Bindura, Mashonaland Central, like Chiwaridzo. Yes, and I've been passionate about agriculture since I was young, because my uncle was a smallholder farmer, so I always wanted to do the same as he was doing, and actually wanted to improve his products in terms of the outcomes, in terms of the time when he would yield. I wanted him to have the large yield, and in terms of animal production, I always want him to produce hybrids.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Yes, so what do you intend to use your knowledge for after you graduate, after you acquire your diploma? How do you intend to help the society? Are you going to be self-employed? Are you going to be employed? How are you going to utilize your qualifications for the betterment of Zimbabwe?
Thank you so much for that question. I really appreciate, and I'm really grateful to be accorded an awesome opportunity to be at Mazowe Vet College, because here we are academically groomed to do entrepreneurship, which we are going to create our own jobs, not to look for jobs. So I'm looking forward to be able to produce my own products, like to produce the livestock feeds and actually everything that has to do with livestock.
Okay, as a female student, how has your journey been here at Mazowe?
So far, my journey has been so good, excellent. I've been having each and every of my dreams coming true.
Okay, thank you so much, Tinotenda. It was a pleasure having you with us today.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Which year are you in, and how has been your journey at this college?
Actually, this is my first year, and I'm happy to be enrolled here. Just for brief, I'm from Manicaland.
Okay.
That's where I was born and bred at my father's farm. I'm very passionate about agriculture. When it comes to agriculture, seeing animals moving and seeing plants growing there and stuff like that, so that makes me happy, and That's my area of specialty.
Okay, so you followed your passion.
Yeah.
Now
sure.
I want us to talk about how do you see yourself 5 years from now after you acquire your first qualification, diploma in animal science or animal husbandry. Where do you see yourself in 5 years in terms of giving back to the community or giving back to our Zimbabwean economy, given that Zimbabwe's economy is agro-based?
Yeah, for sure. Zim is agro-based and it's part and parcel of the growing of the economy for the country. And in 5 years' time, I'm seeing myself in the top. Yeah, you mean? Yeah, so like I told you earlier, I have enrolled here and we are doing diploma in animals, health and production.
Okay.
So that's what I saw, that's my area, and I'm actually seeing I'm moving forward, and to mention a few, my learning areas, like in the morning we go to for the lessons, that's the theory, and for in the afternoon, yeah, like we go for the practical, so that we can learn more on those practicals, so that we can go to the farmers and then advise them. This disease is caused by this, and when you encounter this, you need to treat those animals with this. So I'm actually seeing myself in 5 years' time, I will be my own boss.
Okay, thank you so much, Daniel. As we round off our segment, your word of advice to the youth out there. There is someone maybe who might be living on a farm, like what you said your background is, but they are reluctant to undertake studies in agriculture. They are sure that even if without studies, they can still make it. Your advice to the youth in Zimbabwe in terms of undertaking studies in agriculture?
Right, thank you for this critical question, and very important. Right, in short, I just wanted to say, firstly, I want to thank the HE, his president, President Emerson Mnangagwa, for this opportunity that he brings to us, for us as youth, going into the world and show the world what we have and what we learned here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's my word to the youth out there.
Thank you so much, Daniel. There you heard it, viewers. We're talking to the students. We just handpicked a few who were telling us of their journey throughout their educational experience here at Masowe College of Veterinary Sciences. From me was Anai Manyore. I'm also on Instagram. It's a W Manyore. And Mukoma Dani Daniel Mranganwa. Have yourselves a fabulous evening. Thank you for watching.